I don't want to hear about how many carbs you're eating in a day. I want to know how many steps are you taking in a day. Let me know. I did it. Started at the bottom. Now we're here. Daddy-o. Well, hello there, wise guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Wise Eats. Today we're going to be doing another edition of This Day in Diet History. We're going to turn the clock back 10 years, and I'm trying to do things a little bit different this time, and I hope you enjoy it. So we're going back to 2009. It is Friday, June 7th, and we're going back to Friday, June 5th. 2009. That was, if you've been following the show for any length of time, I was 270 pounds back in March of 2009 and decided to try to lose the weight. So about the next year, I spent counting calories, tracking my meals, and losing 90 pounds as a result. So this is June of 2009. March, April, May, June. So 3-4 months into my 90-pound weight loss. And so let's take a look and see what exactly my diet was back on June 5th, 2009. So for breakfast, I had protein powder, obviously, with some yogurt and a lean cuisine panini. Those were signature of my diet back then. Frozen diet meals. I'd have a lot of healthy choices, lean cuisine, that kind of stuff. All the frozen diet meals. They had the calories printed right on the package, so I knew exactly what I was having. Made it easy to track and count. Of course, I wouldn't eat any of that stuff nowadays, but it worked for calorie counting and restriction back then. But obviously, as I've said before, at the end of it, I lost a bunch of weight, but I was just skinny and unhealthy, very sick. I got sick all the time just eating this kind of stuff. For lunch, I had pizza and a chicken salad. For dinner, it was a barbecue at a friend's house and 2,000 calories worth of alcoholic beverages. So probably beer, booze, all that good stuff. And that actually sparked a full weekend of bad eating. You can actually see the physical journal entry if you're watching on YouTube. I had McDonald's, ice cream, more pizza, more barbecue, more alcohol, and Arby's. God, Arby's was one of my favorites back then. Oh, the beef and cheddar. Mozzarella sticks. Woo-hoo. Oh, I love that stuff back then. Every time I drive by an Arby's, even nowadays, I'm like, man, sounds good. But I just don't pull up in there. Don't make that turn. Forget about it. It's been probably 5 years or more since I've had Arby's. But anyway, so this was pretty signature of my lifestyle back then. I would really stick to my diet during the week. Low calorie, and then just go balls out on the weekends. And I would pretty much average for the week a calorie deficit at the end of it all. So no matter how much I was abusing my body, I was still in enough of a calorie deficit to lose weight. And I lost weight this way for, like I said, over a year, 90 pounds.
Well, it sounds like you really did it wisely.
So comparing with today's diet, 10 years later, for breakfast today, I had fresh spinach with scrambled eggs, the Mega Power potatoes, and salsa. That's like a breakfast salad that I do. For lunch, more fresh spinach, and this is all chopped up. I use those culinary scissors to chop the spinach up real fine with 6 ounces of diced up chicken, some apple, and olive oil for dressing. I throw a lot of spices on there too. It's an awesome salad. Very simple and delicious. For dinner, I had some steamed broccoli with more of the Mega Power potato. Mega Power potato is a recipe that you can find on the website, wise-eats.com/megapowers. Today, we're making the Mega Power potatoes.
The Mega Power, yeah.
So I had, dinner, broccoli, more Mega Power potatoes, a can of Sardines that I get. That's a brand, seasoned brand I get from Costco. Phenomenal. Those sardines are badass. So if you're near Costco and you can get those, whatever. But canned sardines are actually pretty amazing if you try them out. You might not think so, but they're pretty damn good. For dessert, I had fat-free Greek yogurt with some cacao nibs, Naked brand peanut butter powder, which is phenomenal, and there's only one ingredient, peanuts. I don't know what I was about to say, but that's some good stuff. Naked peanut butter powder, check it out. Legion Thrive protein, that's their vegan protein. I've been trying to stay away from the whey. I'm going to get to that a little bit more in a minute. And cinnamon. Let me run that back down again. Greek yogurt, cacao nibs, naked peanut butter powder, Thrive protein, and cinnamon. That's a recipe that I'm going to be working on pretty soon. I'll release a video for that in the near future because I've been doing a lot of Greek yogurt type of concoctions. And for those of us that are lactose tolerant, they're phenomenal. They're so good. So I want to share a recipe or two to that end. And that was my diet for today. So big contrast from 10 years ago where I'm just living it up, boozing it up, junk fooding it up. And the whole idea behind this day in diet history is to give you a contrast of where I was 10 years ago when I was overweight and trying to make some changes in my life to today where, I'm no means perfect, but I try to get better all the time. And I feel like I eat relatively perfect, 90% of the time. As perfect as I know it. I know there is no such thing as perfect. We're all unique. We're all different. We all have different needs, and there's no one diet that's just going to work for everybody. So, but you can always eat more vegetables. You can always drink more water. You can always get more exercises. There's those fundamentals that a lot of us haven't even addressed yet. We're jumping into keto or jumping into some diet fad. We're not even resting 8 hours a night. We're not drinking a gallon of water a day. We're not going for a walk first thing in the morning or after dinner. We're not doing those things that we know that we need to do. We just want to jump right to the solution. And there is no jump to solution. It's a set of fundamental practices and habits that you develop on a daily basis. So kind of went off on a little tangent there with that, but so that's it for this day in diet history. There are a few things that I wanted to touch on real quick before I get out of here. Some things that are working for me right now that I think might help you out, maybe give you some tips just in case you aren't doing these things already. Fasted walking. Walking is a huge part of my routine. I aim to get 10,000 steps a day as a minimum. And I've really ramped that up in the last couple of months and gotten a lot more consistent with it. It's helped me stay lean. I've been cutting for the last couple of months, and walking has been huge. I don't do a lot of cardio. I do low-intensity, steady-state cardio, walking, a lot fasted first thing in the morning. So during the week, I'm usually up first thing at 6:30 or so, going to work, and getting extra steps throughout the day on my breaks, lunchtime, then going for walks in the evening with my wife. And on the weekends, it's like clockwork. We get up, we do our thing, hit the water, brush our teeth, hit a black coffee, and boom, out the door. And we do 2-mile fasted walk, typically. And that ends up being about a half-hour walk. So anybody can do it. Assuming you're not paralyzed, most anybody can get up and go for a walk anytime, no matter where they're at. And it's the easiest barrier to entry when it comes to exercise. And it's also one of the most effective. So why there aren't millions of people just out there walking around right now? Nutrition experts, everybody out there, we are failing. I'm not a nutrition expert. I'm just saying all y'all trainers, we're all failing because people aren't walking. Get out there and go for some walks. I don't want to hear about how many carbs you're eating in a day. I want to know how many steps are you taking in a day. Let me know. So, like I said, I'm aiming for 10,000 steps a day. I don't have a Fitbit or a Apple Watch, but I do have an iPhone. If you have an iPhone and you keep it on you, it's counting your steps whether you even know it or not. So you can actually go on there, type in the health app and it's there already. So I use that to count my steps. So that's a little tip in case you didn't know that already. The next thing is I'm always looking for ways to improve my sleep quality, because that is an easy hack for whatever your fitness goals are. If you're trying to lose weight or get in better shape, you could be doing everything right, and if your sleep is off, you're not going to hit your goals and you're not going to make progress. So take a look at your sleep and try to improve that, because it is a game changer. When I don't get my 8 hours or so of sleep a night, if I'm sleep deprived, my energy is off, my focus is off, I just don't feel right, I can't think straight, and I just feel terrible. So we've done one thing that I've done recently to try to improve my sleep is cutting food off at 7 o'clock. Before, I was eating right up until bedtime. I would actually intentionally have a high protein meal right before bed, because you got to have the protein flowing through your veins at all hours of the night. But the more I read and the more I learn, the more I don't think that's as important. I think it's more important to go to bed not full. Because when I go to bed full, I know for a fact my sleep suffers. So now, cutting off food at about 7 o'clock, going to bed about 9, between 9 and 10. I'm in bed, sleeping 7 to 9 hours, getting up 6:30 the next day, and that's been helping a lot. Some other things that we've done over the years is reducing the amount of light in our room with blackout curtains. We don't keep our cell phones in the room when we sleep at night. They're in separate rooms. We don't have a TV in our bedroom. I don't play around on the computer or on any devices in the room. When we get in there, we're there to do only a couple of different things. One of them is sleep. And that's all I got to say about that.
And that's all I got to say about that.
And obviously, like I said earlier, my diet is by no means perfect. So I recognized recently that I had a deficiency in my diet because I was having some digestive issues. And I narrowed it down to a couple of different things, still working on it, but I'm pretty positive it's overuse of whey protein. So like I mentioned earlier, I've been using vegan Thrive protein from Legion Athletics. Very good protein. I dig it. And I've cut my use of whey protein at least in half, because, the Legion Athletics vanilla whey protein is amazing, but I was at a point where I was having like 3 shakes a day, and they're delicious, but they also result in some digestive distress, to say the least, and I'll just leave it at that. But the key is to have whole foods more often. I was going to the gym, coming home, having a protein shake immediately, and then I'd have another protein shake before bed, and then sometimes I'd have a protein shake pre-workout, post-workout, dinner time, for dessert, whatever. That's just too much. So I've tried to cut them out, maybe 1 shake a day, sometimes not even that, just eating whole foods instead of the protein powders, because those are really the most processed form of protein you can get. I'm trying to eat more whole foods as much as possible. That's the goal.
Add some chicken for that protein punch.
The pythons are pumped for you.
Real food. I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, but we're getting both of them in today, Jack.
Another quick thing, one of my favorite carb sources is jasmine white rice. It's delicious. It's clean burning energy, good for you. And recently I've started cooking it in chicken bone broth instead of water. Kind of gives it some more flavor, boosts up the protein content, which is super important for me, and I love it. That was an awesome idea I got from the guys over at Mind Pump. They're a great podcast, a group of personal trainers, very knowledgeable. They're always they're entertaining, very informative, so highly recommend their podcast. That's Mind Pump. Before I go, I want to deliver a recipe of the week, and that is the Koko BeWise brownies. This is a recipe that we actually released on 420 this year. It's kind of like a 420 special. We baked these healthy brownies with cannabis-infused coconut oil. So that was a gimmick that we kind of did for the the weed holiday, whatever it was. But you don't have to use cannabis oil. You can use coconut oil for the normal recipe. They are low sugar, delicious, and I can't stop making them. My wife loves them. Make them for, to share with family. And they're limited ingredient, made with almond flour instead of white flour, and they are badass. So check them out. wise-eats.com/Koko brownies. And that's K-O spelled with, it's K-O brownies. Like Koko Beware for those of us who are 80s wrestling inclined.
Excuse me there, Frankie. Nothing against you, Frankie, but those dudes are nothing but featherweights.
That recipe was featured in episode 1 of the following announcement, which if you're not familiar with that yet, that's a YouTube show about a bunch of guys who are retired backyard wrestlers trying to make it in the real world. I happen to be one of those individuals. So if you missed my starring role in episode 2 of season 6, Romaine Calm, definitely check that out. tfashow.com. You can find all the episodes of the show there. And season 6 just recently wrapped. So it's been going on for a few years now. So that's going to do it. That's all I had for this edition of This Day in Diet History. My goal today was to try to change up the format of this a little bit, make it a little bit less rehearsed and scripted. I don't love doing the scripted thing. I know it probably doesn't look the greatest on camera, but I try to present information as clear and concise as I can. I don't want to just be a rambling idiot the whole time like I probably was today. I want to deliver clear, concise info that could potentially help somebody. And that's it. That's my goal. So I hope everybody's doing well. We just had Memorial Day. Hope you had an awesome Memorial Day weekend. What's coming up? Going to see Godzilla this weekend. The new Godzilla movie. I heard it's awesome. Can't wait to check it out. And that's about it. So thanks a lot for tuning into This Day in Diet History. This is episode 10 of the Wise Eats podcast. Check out the website, wise-eats.com/podcast. Definitely, if you're on YouTube, click the thumbs up and subscribe. I appreciate that. Leave me a comment or ask a question, whatever. I'd love to answer anything on a future episode. And that's it. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And until next time, make wise choices. I eat a lot of salad, so holla at your boy. So it's a vicious cycle, and I'm glad I finally broke out of it. It took a long time, but I did it. Started at the bottom, now we're here. Daddy-o. It's really great to add to smoothies. So I've been giving them away, and that's the goal. We're changing the world one wise choice at a time, ladies and gentlemen.